up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it's time for another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, you guys, I'm going to be talking about Taylor Swift and Matty Healy because there is some fishiness going on and we need to discuss. So if you guys watched my YouTube short from yesterday, you know I filled you in on the breaking news that happened that Taylor Swift and Matty Healy were officially splitting up after 1 month of dating. However, since then, you guys, we've been getting some mixed takes as to what exactly was going on between Taylor and Matty. So obviously, you know I want to break all of this stuff down together. We're going to discuss why Taylor Swift and Matty Healy allegedly broke up because I have more information since I posted my video yesterday. We're going to talk about what their relationship actually consisted of. We're going to talk about Taylor's friends' reactions to her cooling things off with Matty Healy. And we're also going to discuss the fact that Dumois was posting all yesterday since the news broke that she doesn't actually believe that Taylor Swift and Matty Healy are done. So there's just a lot that we're going to get into here, a lot of Taylor Swift and Matty Healy tea. But first, because this is the first pop-off of the week, you know I have to check in and see how the House of Hill is doing. So let me know how you are, what you've been up to, all of that good stuff down below. Me personally, guys, I actually had a very busy, very social weekend that I'm still honestly recovering from. On Friday, I actually got to bring my sister as a +1 to an influencer event, and this is one of the first times that we've gotten to do that together, and it was so much fun. And then Saturday, I went out and celebrated some of my friends. We celebrated Pride in West Hollywood, which is always a long day, but a very good time, which is why I'm still currently recovering. Let me tell you, my body is definitely feeling the fact that I had a great time this weekend. But yeah, overall, it was a lot of fun, and I know you straight to the tea people are like, Maddison, can we please get into this Taylor and Matty Healy tea because this video has taken long enough. I'm sorry that this video is coming out a little bit later. I just wanted to make sure I could get everything together before I posted this video. So straight to the tea people, now it's your time to shine. Go ahead and drop this time code down there in the comments to help out your fellow straight to the tea people. And now let's get to unwrapping these Taylor Swift and Matty Healy facts. All right, so as you all know, after Taylor Swift ended her relationship with Joe Alwyn after 6 years, she started a little fling with the 1975's frontman Matty Healy. Pretty much ever since these Taylor Swift and Matty Healy rumors started, we've been hearing how in love Taylor Swift is with Matty Healy, how she's really feeling him, how they did try to date previously, but the timing didn't work out, and now things were going so much better. We saw Matty Healy go to several of Taylor Swift's shows on her Eras tour. We saw Matty Healy hanging out with Taylor's dad. We saw Matty Healy going to Taylor's Nashville condo. We saw them on double dates in New York. We saw them showing PDA in New York. Basically, you get it. We were all just absolutely mind-boggled by this Taylor Swift and Matty Healy situation because they were so public after Taylor Swift was so private during basically the entirety of her and Joe Alwyn's relationship. However, all of this Taylor Swift and Matty Healy craziness came to a crashing halt yesterday when TMZ broke the news that Taylor and Matty were officially done. TMZ reported that sources close to the situation confirmed that Taylor is, quote, single again, but they didn't give any insight as to why Taylor Swift and Matty Healy were breaking up. This information actually came a little bit later in this report from Entertainment Tonight, where a source shared that Taylor and Matty are, quote, both extremely busy and realize they're not really compatible with each other. Now, in addition to that, you guys, we also got this report from Us Weekly, where a source was giving some insight into how Taylor's friends feel about her cooling things off with Matty Healy. And this Us Weekly source said, quote, Taylor's friends aren't surprised she and Matty broke up. She wasn't ready for another serious relationship just yet, which is basically the same thing that we've been saying here in the House of Hill. If you guys have watched my pop-offs on Taylor and Matty, or if you've been tuning into the live happy hour hang, which we're gonna have another one tomorrow at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. But if you guys have been tuning into my videos about Taylor and Matty, I feel like the overwhelming concept that we all agree on is the fact that we really were struggling to believe that Taylor was ready to jump into something so serious after she just ended a very serious 6-year relationship. So I'm happy to hear that her friends were also kind of concerned with how fast this was moving. Now, in addition to that, you guys, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we also have a little more insight as to what exactly was going on between Taylor and Matty and what their relationship actually consisted of. Now, the first part of this information is coming from this report from Page 6, where a source said, quote, everyone who really knows her, aka Taylor, has been saying all along that this was a fun, good time thing that would last as long as it lasted and would be no big deal once it was done. This Page 6 insider also said that all of the frenzy is, quote, so stupid, and that Taylor won't be making an album after this breakup, which obviously, duh, it was only a month. It was a very quick fling. And this notion, you guys, that Taylor and Matty were just this casual, kind of fun fling was also echoed in this new report from People Magazine magazine. And you guys know we take People magazine pretty seriously around here. And this People magazine source shared, you guys, that Taylor and Maddie actually never even put a label on things. They never put a label on what their relationship was. Specifically, this source said, quote, "She had fun with him, but it was always casual. They were never boyfriend and girlfriend or exclusive and were always just having fun." Now, to make matters even more interesting, this People magazine source also went on to say, quote, "There was no drama and who knows what could happen again. It was a good time and it ran its course." Now, the reason why I really want to emphasize the fact that this source said, "Who knows when it can happen again," is because if you guys follow Dumois, which is an anonymous tea account over on Instagram, Dumois was posting yesterday responding and reacting to this Taylor Swift and Matty Healy breakup news. And Dumois' take is that Taylor Swift and Matty Healy are actually not broken up. Dumois' take is the fact that, Matty Healy is touring, Taylor Swift is touring. Their schedules are absolutely insane right now. They are on opposite sides of the world. So their schedules are not permitting any hangouts or hookups, and that's why they're cooling off. They're not breaking up. They're not done with one another. Dumois thinks that they are just simply being forced to take some time apart. So with Dumois kind of theorizing that Taylor and Maddie haven't completely closed the door on one another, and that People magazine source saying, "Who knows, it could happen again," I just have so many freaking questions. My mind is seriously just running in a million directions, so many questions. I'm like, is this breakup headline just a way for Taylor Swift to, distance herself from Matty Healy because he has been making so many controversial comments that people aren't letting go? Is Taylor Swift actually over him? Do her friends want her to be done with Matty Healy for good and for them to never revisit hooking up? Like, my mind is just going absolutely wild, and I feel like I'm already starting to pop off. So let's just go ahead and make this pop off official and get to that chambong. Alright, so obviously when I saw the headline come up yesterday that Taylor Swift and Matty Healy were breaking up, I was like, blessed. Because y'all know I was not the biggest fan of Matty Healy. I just did not understand him in general. I didn't understand the things he said. I didn't understand his attitude. I didn't understand his shtick. And more importantly, I feel like I just did not think that Taylor Swift would rush into another relationship after she just ended a very serious 6-year one with Joe Alwyn. Honestly, I was just overall very weary of the whole thing. However, like I said, I feel like now I have even more questions about Taylor and Matty. Because honestly, I'm really starting to think that they're not actually done. I'm just starting to think that right now their schedules don't permit them to have any more public sightings, and everyone's been living for these public sightings. So in an effort to combat any breakup rumors or people making theories and videos on TikTok asking what's going on with Taylor and Matty Healy, if we don't see them together, I feel like it was just easier for her team to put out a statement and be like, well, Taylor and Matty are officially broken up, even though they never were really that serious in the first place, and it's just the fact that their schedules don't permit them seeing one another. Like, they're just on a cooling off period. I also think this cooling off period is very convenient for Taylor Swift's team because, well, I know, or at least we've heard, Taylor Swift's not checking social media. She's not seeing what people are saying about Matty Healy. Well, that might be true. I know Taylor's team knows what people are saying about Matty Healy. I feel like they could have seen this cooling off period and said, you know what? We can capitalize on this. Let's go ahead and put out there that Taylor and Matty have broken up. That way we can save Taylor from people being mad at her and questioning why she's with Matty Healy, why she's not condemning his comments. And instead, people can think they're broken up. It's no big deal. And you know what? If they end up meeting back up and hooking up a couple months later, no big deal. People are going to have hopefully forgotten about them by that point. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting because I feel like we are consistently hearing that Taylor and Matty were very, very casual. It was fun. It was not anything serious. You guys know I'm big on consistency. So the fact that we are consistently hearing that they were casual, they didn't have a label on things, in my mind means that their relationship didn't really constitute an official breakup. Again, if anything, it just constituted a conversation of, we're not going to be able to see each other anytime soon. You're on tour. I'm on tour. We're going to do whatever we want to do. And if we're able to meet back up and start something back up up in a couple of months, cool. That's more the conversation I feel like happened than this official done breakup kaput situation. And also, having said all of this, you guys, even though I'm clearly very pro Taylor and Maddie cooling off, taking time apart, breaking up, whatever you want to say, whatever label you want to put on it, even though I'm clearly very for this situation, that doesn't mean that I want Taylor to be upset or be alone or feel sad about being separated from Maddie. I've been seeing some TikToks pop up on my feed where she appeared sad at some of her recent shows when she was singing some specific breakup songs. Obviously, that kills me. I don't want our girl to be sad. Yes, I'm a Swiftie. We all know it. And I do feel for her for going through this, regardless of how I feel about Matty Healy. I've said this once and I'm gonna say it again. I do think going on tour is a very lonely experience overall. Yes, artists are surrounded by people 24/7. Yes, obviously all of their fans are there. Yes, they are never by themselves, but that doesn't mean that it's not a lonely experience. You're traveling constantly. You're constantly in a new space. You're constantly sleeping in a new city every night. Several artists have described going on tour as a very lonely experience. So I think Taylor and Maddie were both using one another to help make their tour experiences less lonely. And I think even if the relationship was super, super casual, that doesn't mean that Taylor can't be upset that, you know, her person who is making tour a lot more fun is no longer going to be able to be there for her as much as he's been there previously. So I'm sure it's hard. But either way, you guys know I just want the best for Taylor Swift. I just want her to be happy. I want her to be living her best life. I'm so excited for Speak Now, Taylor's version. In case you guys missed it, she also released the track list for that. We have 2 amazing collabs coming on Songs from the Vault with Fall Out Boy and Hayley Williams from Paramore. I'm super pumped about those. I'm happy that regardless of what you want to call Taylor and Maddie's situation, I'm happy that they're taking some time apart. I think it will be good. Even though our girl's a little sad right now, I know she'll bounce back. I know she'll be fine. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with these two. But overall, I'm saying I don't think we should be celebrating that Matty Healy is out of Taylor Swift's life completely, because I don't think that's true. But at least he's out of it for right now. So who knows? Maybe she'll find someone else in the meantime. Fingers crossed. All right, you guys. Those are my thoughts on Taylor Swift and Matty Healy. I want to hear all of your thoughts and feels down below. While you guys are at it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell. For more content, make sure you guys follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, don't forget to keep coming back here to check out my YouTube shorts. If you guys want to show me a little extra love, or you just want to make sure I see your comment, don't forget you can also hit that super thanks button down below. Also, you guys, don't forget tomorrow we are going to have another live happy hour hang right here on my channel at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you tune in for that if you're able. If not, you can always watch the recording afterwards. In addition to that, you guys, you can also check out my merch store at houseofhill.com. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!